long odds to get here. Just what stands out about his journey, just starting on an AHL deal and doing what he did in the minors before getting here?
I think he's earned his way. He's played well down there. Like I said, he's a guy that has battled to get where he's at. You got to admire, a player like that. He's, we kind of go by the rule. If you're going well down there, and we need somebody, you get called up.
Was it more of what he was doing, or what kind of led to the decision?
I think we want to get RJ. We want to get him down, playing some bigger minutes. I thought he struggled a little bit, some of his puck decisions, and playing a limited amount. I think sometimes a little bit nervous play. This puck play wasn't as good as I thought. 12 minutes, he didn't really get in a rhythm. So, just want to get him down, get him playing, and get him playing well again.
When you got guys back like Zach Metsa goes off on a 4-point night, what can you look forward to as guys start to come off the injury list and make their way back into the roster?
Well, I think you saw the impact Zach made for us. If you look at last year's line of him, Cooley, and Tomer were our top line, and then we start the season with Norris and him and Tomer, and we lose two of the guys. It definitely had an impact on our offense. I thought as a group we played a lot quicker game. That helped us. We want to focus on playing a lot faster. But I think, putting him in the lineup, he's a guy that can handle a puck. He can make the small plays. I thought he helped our power play. Did a lot of good things in the game. It was good to see. He's really, he had a good camp. He really skated well, and it was just kind of a tough blow for us to see him take a puck in the face there and miss a few days.
Florida, of course, we know who's not going to be there, but with the guys that are there, you still know you're going to get a heavy game, aren't you? And a good game from that hockey team.
Yeah, you are. Like you said, they know how to win. They're a deep team. I mean, they're missing a couple big pieces, but you still got a Marchand. You still got Reinhardt. You got Ekblad. You got a defense that's really good. You got a goaltender that's won 2 Stanley Cups. So we still know we're in for a heck of a battle.
What's the lesson that you take from a team that can go to the finals 3 years in a row? They come back the next season and they go through it all again, just in terms of the consistency with which they play and approach everything. Yeah,
I think it's the fight in them that is impressive. That they're able to dig in. You get a couple of years of short rest, and they've still been going back year after year. So they're a pretty connected group when it comes to defense and the way they play and the pace that they play at when it comes to offense, too.
Lindy, you're in a stretch of games, 6 in a row against all Atlantic Division opponents. Why is the stretch valuable/important for your team?
Well, first because of the start. It's important that we win games. You look at it. We took a look at the schedule in whole. Just this week's schedule, where you're playing 5 games in 8 nights. We know it's basically just going to be after today. It's just going to be playing hockey. There won't be a lot of practice. Got a great opportunity to pick up ground on a lot of people.
In terms of that stretch and having the practice effectively be during that game time. What are some of the things that you carry on the bench in terms of the way that you operate and the way that you make corrections or plan things on the fly?
Well, I think that, like I said, our transition game was a lot better. If you look at last game, a couple of adjustments. We gave up 3 or 4 big opportunities to the inside just from positioning not being good enough. So we looked at that type of stuff, and a couple of our drills were sort of tailor-made to try to get guys back in the inside first.
Lindy, you've talked a lot about getting guys to the net, and you said earlier this week being patient and waiting for those opportunities. You go to Tuck's goal from the other night. Just how rewarding was it to kind of see that play out?
Yeah, I think if you looked at previous games, we were kind of fanning out, looking for one-timers. Nobody went to the net. You look at Tuck's goal, gets the rebound. You look at McLeod's goal with Tuck and him. A flash screen by, Tuck going through the front of the net again. So you look at the goals in a whole. I thought, we got inside. Part of it was the pace we got up ice, which didn't allow them to get a lot of bodies back.
That was, would Montreal be the opportunity to get him into a game?
It possibility. We're right now just totally focused on tomorrow, and we'll visit that after the game. Thanks.